Hello, and welcome to a new video. Today is going to be about Lesson 7, the Sumerians. So let's get right into it. The Sumerians emerged in the Fertile Crescent about 2300 BC. The Fertile Crescent was named for its rich, lush farmland that on a map looks like the shape of a crescent roll. This land is located between the Tigris and Euphrates River in Iraq. In fact, the Greeks called this area Mesopotamia, which means land between the rivers. Others call this spot the cradle of civilization because signs of early man existed there. These terms all refer to the same area in Iraq. The Sumerians were quite an amazing group of people in regard to the things they have accomplished. You see, after the flood, much of man's achievements and skills would have been lost. Remember Tubal-Cain? He learned how to construct iron. Apparently that skill was lost with the flood because we don't see the use of iron again until about 1300 BC. However, the Sumerians showed us again that early man possessed intelligence. They built an astonishing society in a relatively short amount of time. For example, the cities of Sumer had laws and irrigation systems. These cities were more advanced than some places in our world today. As for art, the Sumerians crafted small but ornate terracotta statues of people with overly exaggerated eyes. They also had calendars, poetry, and libraries, and they may have invented the wheel. Not bad for such an ancient group of people. The Sumerians are best known for a written language called cuneiform. In Latin, the word cunus means wedge. The shape of a wedge best describes the 600 symbols the Sumerians invented to represent sounds. They were pressed into clay tablets with a reed stylus that had a triangular point. That point allowed them to create different wedge shapes. We know a lot about the Sumerians' way of life primarily from the great discovery by Sir C. Leonard Woolley, who found the royal tombs in the city of Ur. His discovery in the early 1900s greatly helped support the idea that man had been far more than a cave dweller in the beginning. Part of Leonard Woolley's findings in Ur included a large and elaborate ziggurat. That's the name for a tiered structure that looks like a flattened pyramid with steps. The purpose of ziggurats was to worship idols, which the people created to help them understand life. Religion was important to the Sumerians, but their knowledge of the one and only God was distorted. They believed in many gods and were unsure of life after death. In the burial chambers of the wealthy, Woolley found people buried with their earthly treasures, and some with their favorite attendants. It was believed that the Sumerians needed these things and their attendants for the next life. In summary, the Sumerians populated Mesopotamia following the Great Flood. Because of Sumer's location near the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, it has been nicknamed the Fertile Crescent. But for the ingenuity of the Sumerian people, Sumer has been nicknamed the Cradle of Civilization. I think the ancient Sumerians would be proud to know how well they've been remembered in history. And that about wraps it up. See you on Lesson 8. See you next time. Bye!